Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Northside Baseball video. Brandon and Ethan here. So, we've got some more news as the last of the free agents come in, and we have another new free agent on the team, Justin Turner, coming to us. Brandon, it's good to see that we have a little bit of an older gentleman coming to us. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Justin Turner joining and coming to Wrigley Field.
Yeah, I mean, this is something you bring up a lot, Ethan, but experience, especially for some of these younger guys like Matt Shaw at third base, Michael Bush at first, Pete Armstrong at center. This Justin Turner is a guy who has a lot of MLB experience. He's 40 years old. He's been in the league
17
for
years.
17 years. I mean, again, and he's one of these late breakout guys. The Orioles gave up on him, the Mets gave up on him, and then suddenly in his 30s, he just became a superstar with the Dodgers. He's a really awesome story. He won the Roberto Clemente Award at some point for being a great teammate and an ambassador of the sport. He's a respected hitter. He's not obviously nowadays, he's probably just pretty much a first baseman and a DH. He might play a little third, in a pinch this year. But this is just a smart signing. Obviously, we all know the Cubs missed out on Alex Bregman. That was a big bummer. We know they could have bid more. Obviously, as the details have spilled out, the Cubs should have spent more money trying to lure Alex Bregman. They didn't. This is a smart pivot. I think Justin Turner, he's obviously not the same player he was even 5 years ago, but this is still a really quality veteran bat, a right-handed bat who can platoon with Michael Bush, who can, if Pete Armstrong sits one day, he can DH for Seiya Suzuki. This is just a really smart addition, a really smart pivot right ahead of spring training, and I think just a signing that everyone should be happy with.
Yeah, I have to, you and I always kind of take different sides, and it's sometimes for the video and sometimes just how we feel. I have to completely agree with you here. Again, it's good to have a backup, especially when it's a guy like this who's a veteran player, and you've just named three players who are young enough where they could use a lot of training, and this guy has it. Again, with 17 years experience, he has a lot to teach these guys, and with spring training around the corner, I'm so excited to see him wear the blue, red, and white jersey. The one thing there's two things I'm going to note. And first, I always like bringing up the business end of things. He got a really good deal too. A $6 million deal. I think people can gripe about it all you want. I think it's a very good deal between the Cubs and and Turner. I'd love to hear your thoughts on about it quickly. But I'm also going to say I am going to play a little bit of devil's advocate as I always do. Um, Being, in the MLB for so long and looking just at his age in general, the one thing I always worry about is injury. So I'm going to open the floor to, again, what do you think of the deal that he got? And what do you think about because of his age and injuries?
I think it's worth pointing out. I mean, look, obviously injuries are always something worth keeping in mind. But this is a guy who stayed relatively healthy throughout his career. In every single season since 2021, he's played in at least like 125 games. I mean, and he shouldn't be playing that much with the Cubs this year, assuming there's no big injuries like just cascading
Knock
into
on wood,
that.
knock on
Yeah.
wood.
But I one thing worth keeping in mind is Justin Turner, as he's aged, his bat speed has dropped precipitously. He had the slowest swing speed in baseball last year. That's worth keeping in mind. He's not gonna be a 30 homer threat. He's not the same hitter. He's certainly not the same fielder that he used to be, especially with the Dodgers, for people that remember 5, 10 years ago. Um, but I just think that, look, he's a guy. There's a reason that this guy has stuck around as long as he had, and that a 40-year-old guy got a $6 million contract from the Cubs, who just don't want to spend any money. It's the fact that he just, even as he's aged, even as he's lost his athleticism and his swing speed and all these other things, he continues to grow and evolve as a hitter. His strikeout rate continues to go down. His walk rate continues to go up. He's a veteran guy. He's very, very smart at the plate. He's absolutely a valuable presence in the clubhouse. Obviously, look, John Birdie is still going to be the backup third baseman, assuming he makes the opening day roster. Turner's purely there as a pinch hitter and a right-handed platoon to Michael Bush. I think that for those roles, given that the fact that the Cubs didn't legitimately bid on Alex Bregman, I thought this was the perfect signing at this point in the offseason.
Yeah, I think all great points. And again, defensively, he's still great. He's still got some fight left in him. So I'm really excited to see. Again, I don't think we'll see a lot of him in 2025, but I think I'm so excited to see if we're in person for any games, you and I this season, and we see him come up to bat. I am so excited to see what he has to offer in 2025.